Good evening, everyone. I am coming to you live from Thailand. I just want to say good evening, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you are in the world. I am the founder of Peter Stone Jewelry, Dive Silver, Magic Symbols, and Peter Stone. And I built my business based on freedom and travel. I am a real adventurer, and I mean, I'm not talking about cliffs down the mountainside. I'm talking about travel, discovery, cultures, richness, and digging into history, adventuring through history, and bringing the value of history forward, and making beautiful jewelry for you with our team here. I have used jewelry as the mechanism to make money for a life of freedom. It's that simple. I worked on merchant ships as a first engineering officer. I carried cargo all around the world, more than 45 countries, and found myself in some pretty interesting places. And I got the travel bug. I mean, since I was a kid, I always was looking on the horizon. What lies beyond? I'm curious and then I went, and 101 countries later. But it's the going, how far and how many countries you go or how many states you go, it doesn't matter. That doesn't matter, but it's nice to have that much experience and value and research. So in the Total Life Freedom Program, I spent over a year putting this together. Years really. Working to put together a viable programs, there's 4 programs. And I'm only going to touch on the program, 2 programs, the starter and the enterprise. Some of you have been in business for many years, and you know how to make money, and you know how to, you've been to fairs and festivals. I'm just taking this and I'm giving an offer to take you to the next level and share all the tools. It's the little things that you pay attention to that make a difference. For example, when people have stores or if you're at a fair and festival, I always suggested you put a book or a QR code or something so you can get people's data of where their Facebook, their social media, where they hang out, so you can contact them later and keep in touch. They're only going to give it to you if they like what you're doing and they want to keep in touch. So once you have it, you're not intruding. They've given it to you to share. And I don't think our 43 different beautiful lines of jewelry is intruding on anybody. So many people wear jewelry. And it's such a mechanism. But Peter Stone Jewelry is significantly different than the average jewelry for the number of collections. I don't think there's any company actually in the world that offers the variety, availability, consistency of quality day in, day out, and continuously expand that and create new collections, plus create collections for you and other people that want their own branded jewelry. So that's actually even included in the enterprise package. I give 18 designs free service, free in that package, along with the training and every tip and tool I could ever use and think of over a period of 4 months, Plus, we have at the Peter Stone Jewelry Institute groups that show up and we talk about our challenges, what works, giving tips, helping each other grow the business as we travel the country of our choice or countries of our choice. But I will be referring to the big expanse of the United States, maybe some in Canada, but I know the United States is open. There are fairs, festivals, and events starting this month. I mean, there have been some last month in Florida. I think the Blueberry Festival and a whole bunch more. I mean, there's just a lot. There's no limit, and more are opening as it gets warmer. I've spoken to several of the people that do fairs, festivals, and events for many years. Of course, last year they were deflated, but this year everyone's inflated and ready to go out to fairs, festivals, and events. But are they prepared? So we have displays that are for tabletop, countertop, easy. You fill them in your motorhome or in your trailer or at your home or in your office, wherever you are. You hang the jewelry, display the jewelry, put it in your car, your motorhome, your trailer, whatever it is that you're traveling in. You guys might be going to fairs, festivals, events for the weekend and stay in a hotel or a tent or whatever you do for your adventure. Everybody's adventure is different. And that's the greatness of the Total Life Freedom Program. You go anywhere, anytime. You stop at the smallest of fairs, 25, 30 people, and you walk away with $1,000. Or you go to a bigger, well-known fair and festival. Some you can't get in, and some you don't want to get in. They're very expensive. But now some people are not going. Maybe there's openings. Who knows? I haven't done all that research. I looked back in the 90s when I started this research and doing fairs and festivals myself and encouraging people to go to fairs and festivals because it's such a compressed outlet for income, and you're dealing with people with the same passions, whether you love horses or you're doing a Renaissance fair or you're doing like a Viking show or a pirate fair or whatever it is, nautical, sea life, kitty cats, dogs. We have all these collections, and I don't mean just a 5 or 6 design. I mean, we have like hundreds, and in the case of Celtic, we have probably 10,000 designs for the Renaissance. And that crosses over into New Age and metaphysical and aromatherapy. The point is there's so much for everyone, and you won't go without. And if you are, and you're really specialty, Peter, can I make you a line? A woman and her husband retired from the dairy industry. They wanted me to make a heifer collection for them because all their friends and their passions, and they went to, my phone, they went to everything that was associated with dairy. So all their friends, and they created a line of heifer jewelry. That was their thing. Golf jewelry, it doesn't matter. Sports jewelry, we have all of it. So what's your passion? Number one. Number two, what are you thinking about doing? I mean, this silly thing where people have to be locked. You need to get out, get fresh air, it's my opinion, and get the vitamin D. If you're locked in your house, no wonder people get sick. They're locked in the house, no sunshine, no vitamin, no exercise, no twisting, keeping you out of the gym. Does that seem like a purposeful thing to give you better health and build your immune system? I'm sorry to go there, but I have my opinions. I think people should be outside twisting. So you twist and you lift up and you put displays on your table. You reach out for great cards. You give people your phone to put their monetary information so you can charge and get money into your account, because so many of us have gone to fairs and we've given money for food, for clothing, for shirts, for books, for cool stuff that people have. And that's why we go to fairs and festivals, right? To have a good time and meet people with the same vibe and rock and roll and have a blast and have a festive weekend or week. And in some cases, Renaissance fairs goes for a month and a half or more. So if your life has changed, okay, there's a lot of reasons why, but if your life has changed because of this thing, and you used to work in the office and you don't anymore, or you, whatever your situation is, there's a lot of them. Things have changed. And if you don't want to do what you're doing anymore, and you want to get out and see the country, see the people, and get out and make some money. I mean, a very bad day is like $500. Okay, not a very bad day, but I would call it a bad day. It's like $500. But if I walk away with $500, I'm satisfied. I got money, roof over my head, pay for the fuel, living in my motorhome, traveling to. I get on my computer. Where's another show? Where's another fair? Even driving down the road in Highway 101 in Oregon, I saw this group of people. It wasn't, there was no mobile phones then, okay? And they had a group of people, the locals from the area, like 100-mile stretch. They all got together in this one cool location by the beach in Oregon on a beautiful summer morning, 10 o'clock. It's just gorgeous. And they're out there selling their wares for the traffic passing by. And they made good money, and they had friends, and they sold all kinds of stuff. And one of those people had a motorhome. And little did I know, but they lived in Arizona in the wintertime, came back to Oregon in the summertime. And they were liquidating all their pottery, and I gave them some jewelry. They bought 3 times as much every time I saw them. 3 weeks later, they bought 3 times as much because it sold so well. And they were just on a little roadside shop of like 25 people hanging out on a beautiful Oregon coast. And fortunately, that year, 1992, was the year of the drought. So they could spend more time out there, but they're used to that stuff. They're from Oregon. I was not. But I was gifted a drought. And I stayed in my tent by the seaside, and I went up and down the coast. And the facilities to take a shower and use it, they're heated, they're really clean spots. I'm like, man, outdoors, fresh air. Listen to the ocean crash at night while I'm sleeping in my tent. Fresh air, stars. And I'm like, oh man, this is like rich living, touching the earth. Then I get out and I met cool people all day long from Seattle to Northern California. Boom, boom. And I did that on the West Coast from Maine all the way down to Key West, Florida, from the northernmost point of Route 1, A1A, all the way down to Key West, Jimmy Buffett. And I lived there for 10 years. So that's me. I love to travel. And probably you do. If you're here, I hope so. So let me show you what I got, because it's kind of cool. I'm just going to give you an overview. I got to get my mouse into drive here. I'm just learning how to drive this thing. It's a new mouse, 4 months old. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen, and I'm going to run through a spreadsheet. I don't have a PowerPoint. I just want to show you what, if you have questions, you want to know how, or you want to, you can go in, there's 4 levels. You go to starter level, you go to a level where you're already working, but you want more. You want to know how to drive more traffic. Then there's one that's like a really good package, like in the middle, it's a little bit bigger. And then there's the enterprise package for someone who's probably been doing it for a while, or someone who's small and wants to go big and take advantages of some huge bonuses and get a free 18 design jewelry line created by Peter Stone for them. Your line, not my line, your idea, not my idea, but we help you every step of the way, free. So I'll give you all the tips and everything, the marketing, everything that I know, I'll share with you. Plus, we have training. So let's get to it. I want to show you what I got. Excuse my mess on my screen, but we'll do a little transitioning here. And I think we're shared. I'm gonna close this. We're supposed to be closed. And then let's just go into the spreadsheet. So here are the benefits. And I just cleaned this up a little bit so it's a little bigger, easier to see. If you're on Instagram, ask us to send this to you, but I will read it out. And I will go from the entry level freedom plan to the enterprise freedom plan. And I'll tell you what they include. So both include a 120-day complete turnkey startup business and training. Next is you choose your own jewelry and you do a markup, generally 2.5 times. We'll guide you through best sellers in all niche markets that we know about. And you may know about what sells well in your market, because maybe you're already selling shirts or candles or something. Maybe you're selling some jewelry and you want to grow and you want the best. And maybe you're already selling some Peter Stone jewelry. And we can help you to expand and give you information, our data for years, but our data current for the best sellers. So when you show up, you're going to know. And I might even throw in a drop ship program in here too. I don't know if it's here because I haven't looked at this in a while. I was on this full on and getting ready to launch it in February of 2020. Boom. So I'm back. You're back. We're back. The fairs and festivals are back. People are back traveling. I don't think a lot of people stopped, but here we are. So your own personal branded collection, custom designs you create with or without our team's guidance. You have that option. If you'd like, we can do it completely for you. So that's not included in the entry level freedom program. It's included in the enterprise plan that is, it's also included in the plan before that. So as I said, there's 4 of them. And I'm just going to touch on the 2, the lowest price and the highest price one, where you get a package and your investment is really sound. Because if you invest in t-shirts in a big way and you're not really sure and the fashion changes or whatever and you get stuck with it, well, you can polish up your hubcaps on your motorhome. Or if you have jewelry, it's a precious metal, sterling silver. I mean, even at your cost, I mean, when you see this package, I'm telling you, it is like the value I put into it is it's really a good win-win. So I do one-on-one coaching and consulting. There's an entry level and it's a couple of hours and I'm giving you really all the best stuff I have. So there's a big value there. Then I'm doing it with the enterprise package. You can call. It doesn't have to be in a 2-hour. It can be 15 minutes. It can be 30-minute slots because we can go over the gold, the silver, the treasures in a very short time. If you take note, I give you, like I can give my team in 15 minutes 3 months worth of work of projects. I've been doing this like 3 decades. I got it. And I know how to help you. And when you engage, that's the critical thing. A lot of people want to do a lot of things in their own way, and that's fine as long as you get your results. But if you want to leverage up those results and really, really get a bigger return on your efforts, that I call parallel leveraging, which means you take one action, but it's related to 3 other things that are in a similar realm, not multitasking, which distracts you in different directions. This keeps you on the same track. So every new thing that you add, you're like leveraging up the action, so you get a 300% result, not a 100%. I don't mean profit. I mean, when you do one thing, you've got like 3 or 4 challenges solved, or you've implemented 3 or 4 new ways people can see you, buy from you, know about you, and understand who you are and why you're different. You're just not another piece of jewelry at a trade show or at a fair or a festival. You've got something special, and I've got the tools to prove it, and I've got the experience to prove it, and I've got the expertise to prove it, and I've got the information for you to go out and prove it. So you'll get a rep, one of our top level services rep with at least 2 years of experience with us that knows our stuff inside and out. You could be talking to me. You could be talking to my wife, who's also got 25 years experience. So you'll work with our designers, our Thailand team of customer service for your line of jewelry creation. So there's not a lot of people in between. When we create your jewelry line, you tell us what you want, give us the drawings, or we can work together on that. It's a very simple process. You just need some rough sketches or an idea, and that's like we can design it for you. So as I said, whatever level you want to enter, oh, Peter, I don't have drawings. Okay, we'll do it for you, okay? You have really nice, I want it exactly this way. Okay, we'll do it for you. That is for the enterprise plan only. One-on-one sessions in Zoom and Skype. These are 30-minute sessions, a little bit different than the 2 hours. But ultimately, they would be like an additional period to talk when you have questions. Then 3 months of group coaching consisting of 60 to 90 minutes, could go 2 hours, depends on the questions. Who's there, who has questions, and we learn what worked. There's plenty of room for all of us. And with 43 different niche markets, someone's going to a horse show, someone's going to a cat show, someone's going to a new age show, and someone's going to a Renaissance show. There's a ton of room, 43 niche markets. What do you want to do? And I've given you an option to create one. And even if you go for the smaller package, we can still create your line jewelry. So we also give 1 additional bonus month of 2 live Ask Me Anything with a group. However many people show up, ask me anything that you want to know about. In my 34 years of experience just in the jewelry business, but I've also got a lot of experience. I've had 15 retail stores. And some of those retail stores were before I got in the jewelry business and before online. So some things have changed, some things haven't. But some things always remain the same in business, the core of business. Now, we'll give you an overview of Amazon, Etsy, Facebook, and other online stores. We are not going to go into that deep, but we'll help you understand what you need to do. If you don't, we'll give you some good shortcuts. I didn't know anything about Facebook, and I went and I got some training, and I'll tell you, I have spent hundreds of thousands of dollars getting training from other people that know a lot more than I do in the online business. And I share that with you. I mean, I spent a lot of money and tested a lot of programs, and we continue to test what works right now today. We're still testing for you, and we share the benefits of that, so you don't have to go figure out everybody's bombarding all of us with, oh, this tool, that tool, this is the best tool, that's the best tool, you got to get this, and you're like, which one? It's confusing. It's a madhouse. I feel like it's a madhouse, and I didn't know what to do. Like from 2013, like our business, like everybody dipped down in 2008. And then it was a new game because I was doing like store to store, walking around doing fairs, everything, but then it went online. So now you have online and fairs and festivals. So you can also, a little side note, you can also act as a sales rep for Peter Stone while you're out traveling. That's another thing. You can make a note and ask us about that. So we're going to give you fairs, festivals, and events, sales ideas, guidance, and tools. So we'll give you a really a good value in that. You don't have to figure it out. I'll give it to you. You can edit it, change it. Information that you need. So we have point of sales tools that we give you, displays. Rubber wood, environmentally friendly. Saving the oaks, saving the forests. And we're using wood that is recycled consistently every 30 and 45 years that grows like a weed. The rubber tree. And we make rubber from the tree before we cut it down. Just don't grow it and cut it down. While we're growing it, we're using it. The same with like coconut wood, you know. So we use in the whole company, it's my consciousness down to a single plastic bag. So I was perplexed, and I just told my team, look, we got to get the plastic bag thing handled. So we have rice bags. Are they convenient? No, zip. Nah, they're not convenient. So what? What was that thing? The Inconvenience, some movie or something many years ago. Yeah. I mean, look, life is full of effort, and to have the best of everything. And I don't mean like the Maserati or I like Maserati or the Bugatti, right? $1 million car. I'm not talking about that stuff best. I'm talking about the best lifestyle. And if a Bugatti fits in there, that's fine. But I'm just talking in general, the overall, you're living, that you're supporting the world around you while you're doing what you're doing consciously. I see it written consciously. And I signed up for the Fair Trade group. And quite frankly, half of them don't even know what fair trade is. I just got to tell you that. They haven't been on the front lines like I have and seen the people, where they lived, what they did, where they came from, the hardship, literal hardship, sleeping on the floor with a little skinny bamboo mat. I mean, it's not, I mean, it's an eighth of an inch. If you haven't been there, you could see all the pictures you want, but you don't feel all the surroundings. And people want to say, oh, see, me too. Me too. Oh, I helped. I gave some money. Really? Okay, where did the money go? Did you actually show up and do that? There are many people that have, but there are many people that hide out behind that, guys, and don't live it and act it and live into it. We are totally congruent, and I invite anyone to come to our factory and our company here in Thailand any day of the week or any week of the month. We're here, stop by, have some delicious papaya anytime. Papaya, mango. Anyway, on to it. Marketing graphics formatted specifically for social media. They have certain requirements. Not too many words, just enough graphics, da 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 da. You don't have to figure it all out. We've done it for Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Pinterest, MeWe, Gab, Rumble, wherever else you go in your life. So there's a lot of value there, okay? I mean, I can read all the values, but these are all free services, okay? You can measure it any way you want. You go, no, I can get that for $200 here. I get that for $50. I can get it costs $1,000 here, and you are giving me $500 worth of value free. I've got a list here. You can request it. Put a message in Instagram. Put a message in your right here in Instagram or in Facebook, or in MeWe, or wherever you happen to be, or send us an email at hello@peterstone.com, or go to peterstone.com. It covers for the business, like the wholesale side of the business. When you go to peterstone.com, there's a drop-down menu. There's a contact us. Just say, look, I'm interested in the Total Freedom program. And there's a drop-down. There's a quick link there, but we haven't got everything up. I'm double checking everything, but I want to give you an overview. It's because it's May and it's getting warm and it's beautiful outside, and in Florida it's still very, very nice, not hot. And then the fall is coming, so some people go north in the summer and they come south in the winter. All along that journey for a whole month, you can stop at fairs and festivals. It's a business. And it is most likely a tax deductible business because you're living in your place of business where you're selling. Your warehouse is in your motorhome, your warehouse is in your trailer, and the gasoline, the fuel, the food now becomes a legitimate business deduction. Talk to your accountant. I don't know what the rules are today. They keep changing it. Giving more, stimulate. Now you can have write-off on food. Maybe they took it away for so many years. But I think at least the last administration was trying to get that done. I don't know if it ever got done. But you just have to do a little research. What's a write-off? When I used to pay out of my bank account for the tires, I'm traveling north and south, but I didn't have a business. Now I have a business, and I can actually put a little money back in the account and don't let it dwindle so fast, because we're concerned if we save for 30 years and we have it in the bank, not a safe place at the moment. If we had it in the bank, then we want to keep that stack plenty so we feel good, we feel safe, we feel secure. So when you bend, you keep staying fit, you twist, you're outside, vitamin D, sunshine, building the immune system, making money. And if you're thinking about retirement or you're retired and you don't want to be bored and sit around. You want to get out with the people that have the same passions and get started with a little starter kit and go out and have some fun with people and mingle and talk about heifer cows or horses or whatever it is, the butterfly festival. I mean, anything you can do a festival with. You go and you check. And as I was in a magazine that had an advertisement, 37,000 fairs, festivals, and events around the United States. Everything you can imagine. Now, well, I don't know now, but there's probably still 37,000. But back then it expanded, and there was probably 73,000. So in one form or another. I mean, just food festivals, right? Lobster and seafood, crab festivals in Maryland, lobster festivals in Maine, corn festivals out in corn country. I mean, blueberry festivals, strawberry festivals, food, fun. And you move and you stay fit and you eat good food. I mean, some people, I've seen some, like in Ocean City, deep fried Snickers, then dipped in chocolate with probably cheese. I like serious. Get real food, because that kind of food will kill you, number one. Number two, then your immune system implodes, and then you wonder why people get sick, and you wonder why people die. And the funny thing is, the flu went away. There's no more flu. There's no more cold season. No more pneumonia. It's all gone. Everything is like one thing, right? So I got this side note, and I'm sorry I go there, but I'm not. Look, let's get real. Let's get out. Let's live a total life of freedom. So I'm going to give you free formatted emails with your name, your contact, your cell phone, however you want people to contact you. On your Facebook, put up a Facebook store. Connect a Shopify store. Put your jewelry there. Your rainy day. You don't want to do a festival today. I don't want to get out. It's just like on a cruise. Take the weekend off. Sit by the beach. Sit on the mountain. Really enjoying life. Enjoying the breeze. And, honey, we made $300 last night enjoying the breeze in our computer. And I don't have to be trading and figuring, but I got to sit in my computer, bend my back, get stiff all day. No, you spend a few hours on your computer when you want to, getting your orders, putting money in your bank, transferring PayPal to your bank, or your credit card to your bank, or from a bank to your credit card, wherever you need. And everything is so mobile. You do it on your phone, do it on your computer. Then do fairs, festivals, events to get out and see the country and meet people and have fun. Enjoy life. Festivals. I love festivals. So that's how I built Peter Stone, serving people that do festivals. So I would sell sometimes retail, not very often, but mostly wholesale. I would go find people and I would offer them my wares. All around the world, people do fairs and festivals. In Glastonbury, in England, there's a big, huge, giant festival there. And France, they're just everywhere in the world. Australia, everywhere. And I've been there, and I'm just saying, I just have such fond memories. And if you have been sitting around and waiting to travel and get in that motorhome, and you work so hard, and you don't want to leave that house behind, why not? There's a lot of houses for sale. Oh, I've got all this stuff. What am I going to do? I don't know. Liquidate it. Put it in storage. Whatever you want to do. Sell the house. I remember I traded a house for some jewelry. And just so these people can move on. So here you are with a beautiful May Day, thinking about what do I really want to do in my life? What is it that I really want to do? What have I been thinking about? Why haven't I done this? I see on some groups like RV groups, Frank and I, we work so hard, and we have this stuff. And, well, what do we get? Like, you're so attached to stuff. Why? It's just stuff. It can all be replaced. If it has sentimental value, put it aside and save it, and it'll be back when you get back. Just put it in a safe place or give it to the children or whatever. And make the break. And I can teach you about that too, because since I was a kid, I've been making the break out of the little town of Manchester by the Sea, out the harbor on my boat. Over the horizon, okay? When I was still in high school, I was 15 years old, going over the horizon to places I never knew for like a week on an offshore lobster boat with people I kind of knew some of them. And I worked my butt off 18 hours a day, and I came back and I kept on moving, adventure, right? So I left stuff behind, and because I traveled so much, I never collected. I appreciated art, and I had a couple of things that I really liked. And they got put in a suitcase or in storage or in a box, and I went on my journey. Because the richness is all the stuff. The stuff imprisons us to some degree, right? Because if you're stuck because of the stuff, and you don't want to go live that life that you dreamt of for 20, 30, 40, 50 years because you got this stuff, what are we going to do with it, honey? Well, burn it. I don't know. Not really, but sell it, do whatever. Put it online. Take the stuff you want. That's that. So you can figure that out. But I can help you with the mindset of letting go. And letting God, letting go, let the universe, let go, have faith in wherever you go with a positive attitude. I expect nothing but the best to happen. And it does. So if you leave with that attitude, man, it's amazing. The road opens up, the traffic goes away, the police stopped somebody else, and you're just cruising along and just clearing the energy as you go down the highway. And your tire got flat right while you were having dinner at the diner. And you came out and there was a repair place right next door, not at driving 70 or 80 miles an hour. That is expectation on the positive side. I know all about this. I've been living it. It was the hardest thing for me to learn that whatever God, the universe, higher power, wherever you are on that, is here to serve us. And we need only ask with faith and high expectation that we can break loose, move on, and leave the crap behind. Cut the anchors, cut the strings and the anchors and the lines, the invisible lines or invisible lines, the prisons in front of us. Cut them, burn them, slice them, get rid of them, and see the open road to the total life freedom. Your freedom, not mine, yours. But I'll help you get that mindset. That's included in this training. So I'll do custom designed product videos, your jewelry, things that you bought from us. If you didn't have your own line of jewelry, we'll give you videos that you can put clips of images. Matter of fact, I have 2 baskets of jewelry here that my team just brought in. I'm going to grab my camera and take actual photos. You can come and see them on our Instagram page, real pictures of our jewelry, not touched up. But you got touched up online, but we're going to put and compare just so you can see it. I want you to see, I want you to know what we got. And if you purchase from Peter Stone, you know, not only do we have beautiful jewelry one time, every time consistent. I've trained my team 5 QA, QC steps all the way to the end. Oh, they found a little pinhole. Send it back, fill it up, polish it up, and make it gorgeous. A beautiful piece of jewelry. A little ring or a big ring. They all are treated the same. Some are really small, and I say everything's hand polished. It is to a degree. But the little things, sometimes we do have to tumble that. I will tell you that. And we have this tumbling machine that's been tumbling stuff since 1992. I go up and I see that machine, and I'm just like, yeah. And it's small because we put like maybe post earrings or little charms that you can't hardly hold with your hand to polish, right? So, you know, this is a reality check. And all the big, beautiful pieces of jewelry will get to you within like a week or 2 of coming off the polish wheel, beautifully shined, ready for you to put up at your fair, festival, or event, or put it online, ship it to customers. And I will teach you, in addition, this is so good. How would you like to order jewelry when you're working online? What if you do it both ways? And you jump into this thing big time, and you're doing full-time online, full-time fairs and festivals. That's the break. The fair festival, go see the people, get your head out of the computer, have fun, fresh air, and I will show you ways to have your jewelry sold before it arrives. Really? I just paid Peter $2,000. I sold $3,000 in jewelry. I made a $1,000 profit before the jewelry got to me, or $500, or whatever the numbers are. I can show you, but you got to do the work. It's not terribly difficult, but it's in my training, and I'm not telling everybody here how to do it unless you engage with me, because it's taken me years and years and years of 14, 16, 18-hour days to get all this stuff, sometimes 24-hour days, okay, and to get this implemented. And I'll share it with you if you're serious and you want to come on board. I'm going to show you how to make money. I'm going to show you how to sell the best jewelry in the world. And you help us all along the way. The way this jewelry became the best jewelry is because you gave me feedback. Everyone gives me feedback. I listen. Oh, really? I never noticed that. I missed that. I mean, we did in a piece of jewelry, there's so many little details. Really? Oh, we could improve that. Oh, could you make this a little bigger, a little smaller? Oh, Peter, the bail seems a little. Okay, we change it. You tell us, we fix it. We act immediately. I mean, beyond immediately. This team here, I'm so grateful. It is synchronous from the top to the bottom. Got the right attitude. Okay, next. So here's your own videos. We'll do videos for you, as I was just saying. Assay certificates. We have assay certificates. You show it at a fair, festival, or online. You already got a notch up because nobody else has one, especially from China or India. Unless they've got to prove it. I'll prove it. You can call the person, the company who does our assay, to confirm it. But we have it sealed, stamped, and we do it every 90 days to let you know, and we know. The last check was 93+% silver. The real deal from Peter Stone every time. Now, I am doing an event in the coming months. It's my event. It will be 2 to 3 days long. It's a Net Effect 9 seminar where 3 areas of your life you change, like your health, your wealth, your mindset. I'll give you those 3 key areas. Then we're going to make 3 changes in each one of those areas that are going to give you a massive net effect change in 3 areas. We will call that exponential. Because if you multiply 3 times 3, it's 9. And 9 is a very powerful number. You can ask Tesla, the gentleman who researched, and you can go through history and find out the power of 9. And when it's 3s, right? So the power of 3, 6, 9 is really powerful. But when you've taken 3 and you've exponentially multiplied it, your life will change in an exponential way. How do I know that? Because mine did. I used to look up to see the bottom. What am I going to do? How am I going to broke? I mean, I had an engineer's license, but I peed all my money away. I drank and I took drugs. I had fun, and I didn't want to go on the ship because I was so down. But I turned it all around, and I made a recovery line of jewelry for those that are struggling. An AA, an NA, any kind of recovery you're in, whatever you're doing, whatever you want to change. That's the mindset of the Net Effect 9. Like, I looked up to see the bottom. I didn't hit the bottom. I went straight through. And I know many feel that way too at some point in their life, but I turned it around. I turned it around permanently to a joyful, energized, powerful mindset. No matter what's going on, I do not choose to lose. I choose to feel good no matter what. I'm not going to let some external stuff drive me down. It did, I mean, I had a little shock because of this thing, you're questioning this thing. But I have got my mind in such a place where I walk above the noise. Walk above the noise. Don't get sucked into that black hole of negativity. I'll just use that word. I would normally say less than positivity, but it's huge. Don't get sucked in there. You stick with me, and you stick with Peter Stone, and you stick with the symbolic meaning, like the archangel jewelries, protection from St. Michael, or the Be a Star from the Mandala collection of jewelry, that, or Reiki healing, that kind of get balanced again, or the chakra line. You wear this jewelry with meaning, power, and it's been made by people who care, and they infuse their kindness, their caring, and their love into the jewelry here in Thailand. I mean, it's a totally different vibe here if you've never been here. I go to America, I get off the plane, and there's like a vibe. It's like, it's intense. And I don't care where I get off, but Key West was like getting off at DC-3. It's like the warm Caribbean air blew on me. I was like, it was really the Atlantic. It blew, and I'm like, oh my God. It's so calming and relaxing. That was the only difference. And when I went to Australia, I have to say, when I first went to Brisbane, very low, like calm. And when it comes to Thailand, it is like, it's like chill. It's like, it's more relaxing. So it's been a gift. And I listen to the Thai people, and they have allowed me. I watch them. I'm like, wow, they're always happy. And they're sleeping on this little tiny mat, and they're like just smiling and happy and joyful. And I said, man, I have something to learn here. And I did. I struggled 4 years with the culture, and it was a struggle because it was something like I didn't necessarily want to do, but I did it anyway because I was passionate about the jewelry. So the struggle fell away. It turned into adventure, and then life got so much more value because of the people I work with. I shared with them cleanliness, a higher esteem, taking people that did menial jobs or beat down by Thais, by other people. Bad. And I gave them opportunity, and they have families, and they flourished. And even these people, 2 people are still working there. They got married. Their children come here a lot. I mean, they're not children, 18, 19. One is 17. She speaks Japanese and Thai, and she dances, and you see it in one of our videos. That's her daughter entertaining us. I mean, it's so kind, so special. Okay, I just tell you. And then these are the things, this is the energy that goes into the jewelry. And her brother speaks 4 languages: Khmer, Thai, Japanese, English. And you see this. They used to get banged off their motorcycle and broke up. And actually, one of their guy's sister did pretty bad. He had to leave. She had to leave. She didn't have to. She got patched up, but she chose to go back and work in her village. So it's what goes into Peter Stone jewelry, and I'll get we're at the end. So your total value of free services from Peter Stone in the enterprise plan is over $30,000. You accumulate the work and the time and the effort that we put in to give you all these shortcuts, all these tools to a truly turnkey business. You show up, get some training, get some tips, go out and do it, get some practice, get beat up a little bit, get some more practice, get some questions, and succeed. Succeed the way you want to. So my success, I don't consider, I mean, money in the bank is important, absolutely, but it's not my only focus. My success is the journey and whose lives I can touch, including my own. So many have given me so much in life. I can only give back and share my cultural experiences of over 100 countries, 101, and to know and to share the message that all people are good. And when we focus on the good, the deeper good that doesn't always show up, and we keep a high vibe, then the less than useful gets pushed away and the good comes to us. Some people call it the law of attraction, magnetism, but it's about the vibes and the energy. I mean, we know about the moon, we know about the tides. I'm not going to try to prove any of that stuff if it's not apparent that the moon and the energy and the magnetism, prove it. Okay, look, then you go out with a negative attitude, see what kind of people come around you. Go out with a positive, happy attitude, see what kind of people show up, and that you are really protecting in a huge way with a positive energy, with a positive expectation. When you expect, just like I was saying, drive down the highway and you expect not to ever get stopped with someone that's got one fancy light on the car, or two, or 40, you won't, because they're going after that person who always expects to get stopped. Oh, I got to watch out because they're looking at me. Yeah, they're looking at you. They got you. And I'm just happily driving down the highway. That is in its simplest form, other than there's always parking at the busiest of times. Someone forgot something at home. Oh, they had a beautiful parking spot right up front, the fireworks, 4th of July, Ocean City. They must have forgot something. I don't know why they had to leave. I don't care. But as I pulled up behind them, the car pulled out and I pulled in 1 block from the fireworks in Ocean City, Maryland on the 4th of July at 7:30, and they started at 8. Hello? I can only tell you, with high expectation, you will know that this all works. So I'm gonna come back to you. You've seen there will be a replay of this if you want to watch it. I know I was on video for my whole being was on video and Instagram the whole time, and the screen here live was on feeds into Facebook and that. So there's 2 different videos now. There's one where you can connect with me while I'm talking, and you can watch both, right? And you can see the spreadsheets. So I have a lot of energy. I like to impart that and let you know that I'm real and that I come from my heart. I really shouldn't even have to say that, but if it's not apparent, then it's not apparent. That's that. You can call it what you want, but here I am showing up for you, showing up for me, and showing up for my team. Why? Because everyone who touches a piece of Peter Stone jewelry must benefit from the maker to the wearer and everyone in between. And the in between is you, the show goer, the festival goer, the fair goer, the store owner, the online owner. You're the in-between. You're the messenger. You pick your message. What do you want to share with people? So I will get into the detail of all of these courses next week, of all the options, because time's passing. Time's passing. You want to get moving on this. Plan your summer. Have fun. What is work in an office in the summer? I could never figure that out. Who wants to be in an office in July? I want to be out my jet ski. Matter of fact, when I lived in the Hunt, Massachusetts, before I moved back to Manchester by the Sea, I would visit Manchester by the Sea with my jet ski from the Hunt, and I grew up around there. So I know the rocks, the coast, and all that on fishing boats. So I grew up in that harbor. I know every little cut at high tide or low tide, where I can go, where I can't. And one time I forgot where the rock words exactly. And I bumped over it slowly on my jet ski, but that's okay. Brought back memories. It was the first time I ever hit a rock, but I wasn't going that fast, and it was just a little bump over the seaweed. So I one day woke up, and this is you might want to take note of this mindset. I woke up one morning and I hopped on my bike and I went up to this park that they're trying to build this building on in a university, Steele Park, which is for the people, by the people. And that's where I exercise. I do my stretch and I look out over the ocean, the open ocean. I can see everywhere. I can see Cape Cod. I can see Boston on a clear day. I mean, everything's there. And then if it was flat, I could see Canada. So I'm looking at the open ocean. I see Gloucester, Massachusetts. I saw Manchester. I see the whole Massachusetts Bay. I'm looking at it. I'm exercising really high on the hill, deep breathing, energized, feeling great. And I'm thinking, what a beautiful summer day. And I had an office in Gloucester. And how did I get to my office? I used my jet ski for commuting because I didn't want to get in the traffic. And I had my own hours. And the pier where my office was a recording studio, there's some videos in here on YouTube, is my office. And I mean, there's a bed there. It's a studio apartment. So if I wanted to sleep there, I could. And at the end of the pier, I park my jet ski. I go in, I do some videos, have some fun, living life. It's on Rocky Neck, if you ever want to check. Rocky Neck in Gloucester. And it's an artist colony. And it's just like old Gloucester. It's like really cool. So I'm looking at it, and it's like 20 miles away. And I was like, oh my God, I got stuff to do. And I had planned to sit and work with my wife that day, but I just said, we went bass fishing and we didn't catch anything. And I know there's a fish market down there that at this particular time had bass from Chile. And I'm like, I remember that. And I'm thinking, also, I got to go to work. But let me get some bass and bring it back to my wife and my daughter. And we love it. So I hopped in I went, got my jet ski, put it in the water, rode, and I went to Gloucester. I made it there in like 22 minutes. And I'm doing like 60 miles an hour, boom. And I get to Gloucester Harbor. And I just idled in because I'm getting a workout, right? I mean, you got to hold on. Like I'm 180 pounds, I got to hold on. And I'm like, it wasn't really rough. It was pretty calm. And the sun and the sea and the ions in the air, I'm charging. And if I don't go on lakes because I fall asleep. I love adrenaline. So I get to the harbor. It's like, it's before 9 a.m. I turn on my phone. And there's like a $1,600 order there. And I'm like, yeah, keep the vibe high. Be positive. Put your intention. And I turn on my phone and I get a $1,600 order. Well, I do more of that, right? Rinse and repeat. So I went into my office. I had a cup of coffee, did a few things, and then I went over to Connolly's Seafood Market. Great place. Fresh fish right off the boat every day, but flown in from Chile in this case, because no one was selling bass. That was like 4 or 5 years ago. And I said, let me buy some. And I came home and I surprised her with bass. And we live happily ever after. Just a story from the sea, connected to me and you about making money in your own way. I got to tell these little stories because they prove it. I proved it again and again, and I just want more. So that's why I'm here. I still have more coasts, more countries to go to, for sure. There's no stopping. And maybe you have more states to go to, more mountains to see, more ocean to see, more to do, more to see, more fun living into your life, a life of total freedom. This is Peter Stone. I'll see you tomorrow and next week. Thanks.